It seems like there's groups that believe um, that if I part, I don't know. There's groups that believe that if I'm not mistaken, that if I partake in going out, having fun, that it's like the freeway thing. You know, if I'm on the right side, they see me in one way. If I'm the other side, they see me a different way. You know. And same thing with that. If I go out and I do some certain things, they're gonna count as something else, and if I do this, they're gonna count as something else. So somewhere in between, there's some type of something that doesn't make sense. You know, it doesn't matter for me either way. If I can do that, I can do that. Anything I do with truth, based on truth, I can do. I'm choosing to simply do what I want to do at this very moment, of course. However, not really. However, really, because of how I've been affected. Otherwise, if I was not affected this way, and the way um, a bunch of stuff occurred in my life, would I be sitting here in this moment? Yes and no. Because then I would have had everything perfected. So, obviously, the effects have unfortunately been very detrimental to me. In keeping things in a weird way, in like a stuck like way kind of thing. So, I believe, similar to what's going on with the maths, in terms of people making a decision based off of one thing and then making a decision based off of another thing. It's the elements, it's the aspects that people possibly don't know, and I'm trying to understand what people don't know so I can fill in those blanks for them so they could know. At the same time, people, if they have certain specific questions, they should ask me because I can't always be thinking what they're thinking, you know? And so all I got was a remembrance of something, you know, like I recalled something from the past. And some people are doing some type of a comparison, some type of a thing within the thing. Not really, maybe that's the thing within the thing is maybe somebody's adding on to something, I feel like. Somebody's adding on to a story or something. Somebody's trying to add on to something more than the something is or something like that. I don't know. So, to answer the question, I can do whatever I want with truth. Based on truth, I can do whatever I want without any issues. And if something is quote unquote not truth, in terms of, let's say I go out somewhere, I do something, some of you may argue and say, okay, well, you're buying something that's a benefit. How do you know if that is true, that is not true? I can do my part in terms of what I did already and mention the awareness of what I did already. And I can still buy a benefit and I can ask the store owner, hey, do you know if this is, you know, tied to this, for instance, or something like that, anything. And if they say no, you know, and if what I'm gonna buy is a benefit, is good, has no chemicals, you know, is good for me, isn't an issue. However, I don't know how that's tied, and I can never know how that's tied unless somebody tells me. Perfectly just for me buying the item, for long it doesn't have chemicals, for long, it's that type of stuff is not bad for me. then I'm just in what I do. I'm doing my part. I did my part. Everything else is out of my control. If something is chemical, something is a lot of sugar, something is something type of thing to do with a forbidden aspect that's harmful, that's a total different story. Then no, I don't want to buy that type of stuff, because then obviously I know that, hey, this type of stuff arrives with this package. Versus with me, what I'm buying, everything is good. There's no package. There's an unknown out of my control that may be a benefit. May be called a benefit, is not a benefit, and may be tied or connected to a way where some type of a nonsense is occurring. Out of my control. I'm bringing it to awareness. I'm mentioning what needs to change. People, it's their job to, do their part in asking the questions and making sure things are disconnected. So when I do something based on something, a good package, nothing occurs on me, because I'm perfectly in the just. Versus something that people buy is not just. They know it's chemicals. They know it's too much sugar. They know it's an animal that's been damaged. They don't know if it's been naturally passed or not. And so on and so forth. However, me, I know that I'm buying, for instance, bread. I know that bread is a benefit to me, and I know that bread is something that I need to survive, for instance. Because look, in other aspects of reality, once that is established, in other aspects of reality, what it is some people want people to go into this limit, and then once they reach a limit, then they start poking at something. That's when the scabs are poked. When I talk about somebody keep poking at something, there's something there, and somebody's going like this, again, to a point where they're literally creating a damage, like some type of a line over here. And so, in doing so, there's a void, a pocket, a bubble, a sinkhole, something that occurs. And then people go inside that sinkhole. And then it's hard for them to get out of that sinkhole. People, it's not about one person understanding and not allowing the other person to understand. No, it's about everyone understanding. If I'm the person that's trying to understand something or trying to tell something, I'm not going to be one hiding and say, no, and I just run with the information. No, I'm the person that says, hey, you want to know something? Ask me. This is the answer. And if this is not the answer, I'll try my best to tell you the answer.